Hello, hello, and welcome to Chaos and Order, art by Susan Holt. That is me. Yay! Today is July 2nd, 2025. I'm just getting my tech updated over here so I know that everything was working properly and you are actually seeing me and hearing me. So give me just one moment. Did make a entirely new painting this weekend. Wait, what day is this? This is Wednesday. This weekend and this week, and part of last week. So where is it? We have changed this. Let me see if that does it. There it is. All right. My tech is working. Fantastic. Thank you for sticking with me there. They've changed the way you get to a live. It made me go on and click on my my photo in my group here on Facebook. So that's new. Yeah, so that is new. Let's see. July 4th is coming up. For those of you who have pets, please make sure you have all their meds ready if they need meds, and make sure you give your dogs a potty break starting about 5 o'clock when the sun is still out and there's no fireworks. And of course, make sure you can get your kitties indoors if you have indoor-outdoor cats. And that way they are safe from bad people. Yeah. So today, before I get started, I'm actually going to do a little bit of housekeeping. For those of you who follow me here on Facebook, thank you so much. Give me all those thumbs up, give me all those little hearts, give me all the comments and questions. Absolutely love seeing all that. It's great feedback for me and I appreciate it very much. Excuse me. For those of you on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. And for those of you who are following me here on Facebook in replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay down in the comments for me. I appreciate knowing you stopped by. So today I'm going to show you the painting I've been working on all week. I've been giving you some little photos of work in progress, and I have that one done and I am super excited about it. It is over here. It's one of my bubble paintings and it's a big one. It's 16 by 20. I'm trying to get the glare off of it. There we go. So it is 16 by 20. Can't tell if my computer is frozen or if the live is frozen. Oh, hang on, give me just a minute. This is 16 by 20. It is on stretched canvas, and I am calling this one Gala of Bubbles, because to me it looks kind of like, you know, when you go to a party and there's like a fancy party. Work in progress. There we go. There we go. Sound off on the computer. Thank you very much. So go to a fancy party or a fundraiser, there's always like a couple of people who are doing the majority of the talking and announcing and all that kind of stuff. Then you have everybody else kind of milling around, talking to each other, making donations, bidding on auction items, all that kind of stuff. I think this reminds me of one of those fundraiser galas that I went to for when I was in the shelter industry and pet rescue here in the Phoenix metro area. So yeah, let me get you a close-up. This painting is in reds and gray and white. So if you have a wall in your home that's not doing much, or your office that needs some color and life and vibrancy and movement, this is going to be a perfect piece for it. And this one is $1,100 and it is free shipping in the continental US, of course. And if you live outside the continental US and are interested in it, we can add on the additional shipping, and sometimes there's customs and duty fees that you'll have to take care of as well. So that is the new painting. I hope you love it. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. And now I'm going to do a little demo actually, because I have a couple of paintings. They're two of the purple bubble paintings that I need to seal so they can go out and about into the world. Put those up on my little stands, and let me turn the camera so it faces the table so you can see what I'm doing. This is another one of those looks behind the scenes on what we artists actually do to make the art we sell to you the best it can be. So I have a glazing medium here, that's what they call it, and this can work several different ways for paintings, but I am using it to seal these two paintings that I've been working on for a while. I'm just gonna thin it down a little bit with some water. Get my big brush. Well, maybe I don't need my biggest brush for that. That's a little overkill. There we go. We'll do this one. Figure out which brush I'm using. I was using my it's about an 1.5 inch, 2 inch wide brush. I was using this big behemoth. Yep, it's 2 inch wide brush. I do not need a 2 inch wide brush on something that's 8 by 10. That would be overkill. It just seems ridiculous. So I'm gonna mix up this glazing medium, and this is glossy, so these will actually become a little bit shiny, which is nice. I like that for the bubble paintings. You have to work quickly with this. I don't want it to dry in and have dry. Oh, my brain wants to say dry in clumps, but I know that's not right. It's menopause moment. Sorry. I don't want it to pool. There we go. I don't want it to pool. Haha. Got the word. Take that, menopause brain. Haha. I don't want it to have the little bubbles and stuff in it either. So there's the first one. Just gonna do one layer on it, and we will see how that dries. And thankfully, I live here in Phoenix, where most times I can just set it aside to dry as I do the next one, and it will be, the first one will be all dry, but we're having a bit of monsoon action up in the hills that I can see out to the east of us through my window, and it looks like we've got some clouds building up coming our way, so hopefully we'll get some storm in tonight. I love our monsoon season here. It's fantastic. We get gorgeous thunderstorms and some dust storms. They come through, cool us down a little bit. The desert smell fantastic. Okay. Yep. And then these are going to have to dry before I do the next layer. And I like to put on 2 layers. Just gives it kind of a cleaner finish. And let me grab the other 2 that I have to do because I have extra sauce over there. All the behind the scenes stuff that a lot of people don't show on their lives, but I needed to do it anyhow, and I needed some content for you tonight, so that's what we're doing. Oh, Jennifer's here. She says, hi. Love the smell of the desert after the rain. Yep. I shouldn't say Jennifer's here. She was just here, and she had to go home because I was going to do this live. So she brought over dinner tonight. That's what best friends are for, right? Have dinner. Support you on your live shows. Thank you for dinner and your support on my live shows. There we go. There's that one. Here's this one. Let me get these out of the way. I'm finding I don't really need them. So this is going to seal the paint. This gives it a little bit of protection. I don't think this gives it any UV protection necessarily, but it does give it some protection. Wow, my brain has just decided to take a vacation. It gives it some protection from the elements. I had a painting that I had created with gouache paint, Gouache, which is basically an opaque watercolor. And the person who purchased it, their young son at the time, he's an adult now, had a squirt bottle in the bathroom, and they put this piece of art on the wall just outside the bathroom, and did not put a piece of glass over it right away. And the 6-year-old at the time got the spray bottle out and just completely drenched it. And all the colors ran, paints ran, the ink ran. Oh, it was a hot mess. So they were friends, so I recreated the piece for them, but it was not as good as the first one. But that is why when an artist tells you, hey, this piece really needs to be framed, or they have everything already framed in their booth, that's one of the reasons why, because kids happen. Kids happen, pets happen. Life happens. That's okay. So I want to protect the art that you purchase from me as best as I can. And that includes making sure that the paint is going to last on here. And that's the great thing about acrylics is they're water-based, but they dry so that they don't run if there's there's a 6-year-old with a spray bottle in the house, or as Jennifer says, cats happen. Yes, they do. So, you know, as the famous movie quote says, life finds a way. So I do take the time and do this so that when you buy a painting from me, it's going to have the longevity you deserve for your investment. Okay. And those are done. So rinse out my brush. Put this back in the container. And yes, I know I'm putting back watered down stuff into this container. I've had this bottle of this medium for a while. So having a little bit of water go back into it is not going to damage it at all. It was a little thick for what I needed anyhow. And because it's been dehydrated a bit because of its age, that little bit of water is going to help. So it's all good. And yes, I do rinse out my little bowl right away, my little puppy food container that I got from our other friend Jana. Thank you, Jana. Jennifer says she loves the two purples together on the screen right now. They go so well together. Thank you so much. These two have the same background color, and these two have the same background color. So if you need a pair of something in these lovely purples and mauves, I got you covered. All right. Well, I think put this on so you can tell the difference in size and color variation. I wanted to make this background on this painting different than I have been doing on the bubble paintings. I've been trying to really match the color of the background with the color of the bubbles, but this red on here that I painted, I just for some reason did not want to have the background red as well. I don't know what that reason is. It's just a preference thing for me. I didn't want the red to completely take over the piece, and I wanted this to be able to go into pretty much any space that it may have needed to go into. So I think the gray background is really going to help people see it in their own space. It's a nice neutral. This particular gray that I used is just black and white paint put together, so there's really no tint tone to it. So it's not like red tinted, it's not blue tinted, it's not purple tinted. So it's gonna go with pretty much everything. So if you need that real standout piece, and this is gonna be great. And this is an older canvas that I decided to use, so it does have the staples on the side, so this piece will need to be framed. Just so those don't show, just so it's got a nice finished edge on it. But yeah, this one gave me some trouble. These dots, the white with the red centers, I tried it first with white and gray, just the background color gray, and it didn't look right. And then I tried it with the gray from these darker dots, like you can see here in this and this spiral. That looked even worse. So I grounded it overnight, and when I came out this morning, I knew exactly what to do. So I went for this kind of deeper red, like is in here and in here. It's kind of throughout the painting. So I thought that was the right shade to go with, and I really like how that turned out. So yeah, and then in here there is a little bit of gold paint in with the reds, so every now and again you catch a little sparkle, a little glimmer. So it really does look like the bubbles are moving around. And I don't know when the last time was that you blew bubbles, but for me it was a couple years ago, maybe 5. But ever since I was a little kid, I remember when bubbles pop, there's this little white dot, which is the soap, the bubble soap that kind of collapses and condenses into a little white dot. And I think that's what these little white dots remind me of, is those little flecks of soap that are immediately after the pop and it falls from the sky. So it just reminds me of summer days up in my backyard in Colorado as a kid. Yeah. And I also think these especially with the red on the center and some of these darker gray dots, they remind me of bubbles that are kind of off in the distance back behind the rest of these. And so it looks like it's got depth of field as well as movement. So yeah, yesterday I hated this piece, and today I really love it. And that's what makes a professional artist is the ability to look at a piece, edit where it needs to be edited, change it where it needs to be changed, fix the color, fix the shapes, and really give it that special feeling. I'd like to think that all of my paintings are special to me and to other people, someone out there. So I hope you find this is a special piece, and I hope you absolutely love it like I do now. But I'm going to put this down on the floor for a minute. Bring the camera back up and around. And if you can see these paintings, they are basically already dry. That's the nice part about living in a desert. Hi, I'm back. Jennifer's got some really good comments. She says, it is so stunning. The video doesn't show as much detail as in real life, and the depth. The smaller dots raising a bit give such texture. When she was over for dinner, I made her look at it in person. She also says that makes sense why those smaller dots are raised more. And she says, love the journey of that red bubble piece. It was a lot. It was a lot. Let me see. Yes, I think I'm caught up on her comments. So I think that's going to do it for me tonight. Next week, I might start a new bubble painting in a different color. Or if I start one this weekend, I will work on it next week, and I may work on it live with you. So, yeah, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you for the hearts and the little thumbs up, all the likes, all the comments. Jennifer, you're amazing. Thanks for being my bestie. And that's going to do it for me tonight. So I hope you will join me next week right here on Chaos and Order Art by Susan Holt on Facebook at 5 p.m. Arizona time for the live show. And if you don't see this live, you can always catch it in replay. Or if the Book of the Faces goes through and clears out more videos like they are doing these days, you can find it over on my YouTube channel, which I think is just at Susan Holt. So, and that's SusanHolt. I think I have a link up at the top of my Facebook group here. So that's going to be it for me tonight. Have a safe and happy 4th of July. Please don't blow any fingers off. Please don't start any forest fires. Please don't set your house on fire. And I hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend and an artful rest of your week. And I will see you next week. Bye, everyone.